Hello friends, hope you all are doing good. So in this particular sessions, what we are going to cover, we are going to execute our Ansible playbook through Jenkins. So we already know that how to write the Ansible playbook to create a Docker image from Docker files and how to create a Docker container from Docker images by executing the Ansible playbook. So we have three EC2 instances running, one for the Jenkins server, Ansible server, and other one for the Docker server. And this one is our Git repository where we have all the application related code, and this is the Jenkins. Okay, so previously what we did using the Ansible playbook, this is the Ansible server. We executed the Ansible playbook. Let me show you the Ansible playbook. So this is the command where we created the images, okay, using the Docker file. At the same locations we have the Docker file. So using the Docker file we created Ansible Docker images, and using the Docker Ansible images we created an Ansible Docker container. Okay, so at this point you have a better understanding how to write Ansible playbook and how to execute it. So in this video also we are going to enhance our Ansible playbook further. But before that we have to see that complexity, because this time we are going to execute this Ansible playbook using the Jenkins. So we have already running container, we have to stop it. Docker, yes. So you can see that the container is running. We have to first stop it because we can't remove that container if it is running. We have to first stop it and then we can remove that container. After that we can remove the images. Okay, so to remove the container we have to use Docker. First stop the container. You can use the container ID or the container name as well. So I'm going to copy it, just pasting it here. So this will stop the Docker container, and now I'm going to use the similar container ID for removal as well, RM for removal. So in this way you can find that Docker ps-a, either any container running in the running state or in the stop state, we don't have any. So it means that the container is cleaned up. We don't have any container. Now let's clear the screen. Docker images. So we have two images and we have to remove that images as well, because I am going to execute the playbook, Ansible playbook from the Jenkins. Okay, Docker RMI for image removal, and we have to use Ansible Docker image. Okay, so this image got removed. Now I have to remove the Tomcat also, or you can leave it, but I'm going to remove it. Okay, so now the this particular Tomcat image is also get removed. You can verify it as well. Docker images. So nothing is there. So let me do it once again. Docker images, all the images get removed. Docker ps no running container. Docker ps -a. We don't have any stop container as well. So this environment is clean. Okay, so now we are going to the Jenkins job. This one, deploy on container using Ansible, because I am mainly concerned about the Ansible, not on the Docker. And our target is again the Ansible server. Okay, so if you remember, we have the host file also, ls cat hosts. So you can see currently we are targeting to the local host. So we have to provide all those information into the to the Jenkins job. So we are going to modify it so that it understand from which paths to pick, which host file, which Ansible playbook to run. So we are going to provide all those informations in the Jenkins pipeline. So let's modify it. I'm going to configure this particular item, the job. So we don't have to do anything on this particular part. But one thing, I want the things to be automated. So I'm going to use the pull SEM for this. Why I'm doing this? Because I want the things to be in an automated way. I'm going to do a modification locally and want to push it into the GitHub where my application exists. And as soon as these changes get into the GitHub, the pull SEM that I am going to write, the cron job, will listen for every minute. So if there is any changes at the GitHub repository, the Jenkins job will start automatically and execute the Ansible playbook. And it will goes accordingly. It will create images from the Docker file, and it will create the container also. And we are going to see the all the changes, whatever we did through the browser, accessing that particular Ansible server IP. So I'm going to write the simplest cron job. You have to write 5 star, including a space. Okay. So if you see here, it will going to listen for the every minutes. So every minutes means that it keep on monitoring the GitHub, this particular repository. Okay. For any changes within a minute, if there is any changes, then it will start executing. What it will going to execute, I have to modify the below command as well. You can see the executions command for the Ansible server. For the source, we have to keep as it is. So it will pick the artifacts file from the Jenkins server. It will move or remove the prefix and put it into the opt Docker. So if you see the path of this particular location, so you can see that we are currently into the opt Docker, and we have to monitor this path only because we already provided the path, the remote directory path. So it will going to move the artifact to the Ansible server from this particular locations to this particular locations, and it will going to execute the Ansible playbook. So I am going to write some command here so that Jenkins will understand which particular commands to execute. So the command is very simple: Ansible playbook. Okay, and you have to write the -i, and here you have to write the host. So you have to write the complete path: opt docker hosts. So this is the same file. Okay, the host, and where the host file is kept under the opt docker. Okay, after that you have to provide the full path of the playbook, Ansible playbook as well, with the name of that particular file. So it's currently pasted into the exist into the opt. Okay, docker, and what is the name of the file? Ansible docker image.yml, and end with the semicolon. Okay, so you can verify this name as well using the ls command. So you can see the Ansible docker -image yml. Same we let's copy it so that there is no changes, and just paste it here so we don't have any typo, because this all information is very important. Okay, fine, and end with the semicolon. After that you don't have to do anything, just apply and save it. So now the job is ready to listen for any changes. So this is our GitHub, where we have the application file, and we are connected with the Git bash. Okay, so I'm going to change in this particular locations, this particular file. I'm going to increase the version. Currently it have a 24th version, 1.24th. I'm going to change the minor version to 25. Okay, let's save these changes. After that, I'm going to git bash to just check the status. Git status, do we have any changes? Yes, we have. Git add. Okay, now changes we added locally. Okay, git commit. So I am going to commit locally with some informations about this particular commit. We have to pass some message like modified minor version. Okay, so we did all the things, but all the things get currently we have in the local system. Let's push these changes to the git. Before that, we have to verify the commit. We have 26th commit currently, and now I'm going to push those changes to our GitHub repo. Okay, so if I refresh this page, so we currently have the 27th commit. Okay, so now I'm going to monitor this Jenkins job. So soon it will going to start running the job, because we already applied the cron job, and it will going to listen for any changes per minute. So you will soon find one job running there. So let's refresh it. Sometime it might take 30 seconds, 45 seconds. So you can see that job get started, because we already applied the cron job. So what it will do, it will move the artifacts to the Ansible, okay, where we have a Docker file also in the same locations, and we retain the Ansible execute command. So you can see that it will start building the moving the artifacts. Let me. So currently this is the time, okay, and so you can see that the artifacts is already updated. This is the date 1554, and 1554 we have the artifacts. So you can see the artifacts already moved, and that it will Jenkins job will run the our Ansible playbook also, because we already provided the command, and we have the Docker images, because we already removed it previously. So let's okay, we have the images, and you can see that it's created 6 seconds ago. Do we have Docker container? Yes. Okay, we have the running container as well. Okay, so this is perfectly fine. We are going to now access it through the browser. We are going to the Ansible server, and here we have the IP. Okay, and now I'm going to execute it, just pasting it here, and we are going to execute this path. So you can see that our changes get reflected. Okay, till this point we are fine. We don't have any problem, and we link means we executed the Ansible playbook through the Jenkins, and all the things looks like in the automated way. Okay, now assume a scenario that again the developer is trying to pull some changes. Let's do that. 26, save it, going to git bash, git status. Okay, we have one changes, git add, whatever we have the changes, we added it, git commit, put some message here, modified version, git push. Okay, so we are again pushing one changes. So we have the increase in this particular commit. We have 28 number of commit. You can see that. But what do you think? What it will is it going to be a stable build, or there might be some problem during the executions? So if you see this particular job, it's saying that the output is perfectly fine, but this is the ninth, and for my commit this is the 10th. So again we push some changes and now build started because we have the cron job. Okay, but we are using the same container name, and it will again going to execute and try to create a second container with the same name, and Docker will not allow to have a same container name. So this times this is going to be unstable because we are using the same, so we have same container, so we have to enhance our Ansible playbook to overcome this issue. And how we are going to overcome these particular things, we are going to see in this video only. So I'm going to this particular location. Okay, we are currently in the same location, I think. Let's clear the screen. pwd. Okay, ls. We are in the same locations and we are going to modify this playbook. Press the I button to go into the insert mode. And what we are going to use, we are going to add some command. What this command will do, this command will remove, first stop the container. Okay, and after that remove that container and remove the image each time when there is a command executed through Jenkins. Okay, so I'm going to use the name, whatever the name you want to provide, it's as per your requirement. We are going to write stop the container. Okay, and the command, what is the command? So the same command that we used previously to remove to stop the container. Docker stop, and what is the our container name? This one. Let's copy it and paste it here. Okay, so this particular command will stop the Ansible Docker container. Okay, perfect. Now I am going to remove as well. The name of the command will be remove container. Okay, and the command for this is docker rm, and again paste it. Okay, so this command will stop the container and again going to remove it. The third task we are going to add name, it will be remove image. Command docker rmi, and what is our image name? It is docker Ansible docker image. Copy it and paste it here. Okay, perfect. So we are going to stop the container first, remove the container, remove images, then we are going to build again an image of the similar name, and then we are going to create a container out of that image. Okay, this particular Ansible playbook looks perfect, but still there is one problem. Suppose this particular command, the Ansible playbook, we are executing very first time. At that time, we don't have any container. Again, the exception will be raised with this particular playbook. So in Ansible, we have a feature through which we can ignore these particular things. That in such type of conditions, the Ansible playbook definitely raise an exception, but we have command ignore underscore errors, and we will put it as a yes flag, and through that it will not going to make our build unstable. Okay, so ignore underscore errors, any errors we have by executing this command, just ignore it. Okay, so you have to be very clear about it, and we have to be very clear about the indentation as well. Okay, so ignore spelling is correct and errors is also correct. So I am going to copy these particular things. Let me copy, and I am going to paste it. Ignore, yes. Okay, go to the end of line. Here we have to paste it. Okay, again I am going to the end of line. I will paste it. Okay, so now this playbook, the Ansible playbook, looks perfect. If we are running it first time, then it will going to ignore this stopping of container command, removing of container command, and removing of images as well. So let's save it. Okay, so let's verify it as well. So we have all the things in place. Let's clear the screen. Okay, now we have one unstable build. So we are going to run it again because we already post our changes. So build it manually this time. This is the build number 11. So you can see that previously it's marked as unstable because the previous build is unstable. And if all the things looks good, then it will be going into the green mode. Okay. So you can verify it as well. ls-l date. So you can see that the time matches. So the artifacts is currently in place. Docker images. So you can see that the Docker images currently created 17 seconds ago. So all things looks good. Docker PS, we have the running container 31 seconds ago. So I'm going to see our changes here. We have any changes? So you can see that now we have the 26 number of changes. So all the things looks good. Now we are going to push another changes to see that our build will be stable again this time. So previous build is currently stable, it's successful. 11th build, we have the commit is 28. This is the final CI/CD automation pipeline that we are going to execute with perfect code. Means the Ansible playbook have whatever the glitches we have, we fixed it, and now we are going to execute it again. So for this I am going to change the revision again to 27. Let pass some messages as well. Running on Ansible server. Okay, this looks good. Just to have a better clarity. Okay, 27th minor version, and we also added some comments. Git status. Okay, git add, git commit, added some text, git push. So we have some increase in the commit as well, 29 commit, and we have to monitor the Jenkins job. So soon the Jenkins will be going to start the build. So we have to wait for a few seconds because it's keep on monitoring for every minutes. So within a minute, if there is any changes, like you can see, the 12 number of build is started, and it will the Maven will again going to generate the artifacts. Our job will move that artifacts to the Ansible and execute the Ansible playbook. The Ansible playbook will first remove the stop the container, remove the container, remove the image, and again it will go into. So you can see that it's successful. And now if we refresh this page, so we have the proper informations like 27 running on Ansible server. So you can see that this is the CI/CD automation pipeline, Git through Jenkins, through Ansible, but we are doing all this activity on the Ansible server because currently we provided the host as a local host. So in the next video, we are going to provide a host as, and you can see the target as a Docker server. This one is this one will be the target. So we have to modify some changes. We have to do some changes in the Ansible playbook, and we already uh, did a connectivity check, the ping check. If you didn't refer my previous video, you can refer those videos for better clarity, because this for all the videos are going in a continuation. So if you are jumping to see this particular video, definitely you will not able to understand all those aspects. So you have to go in a systematic order, watching from first part to second and third and so on, to have a much better clarity on this particular subjects. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do subscribe it. Press on the like button, put some comment if you have any confusions. I will try to clear your doubts. Share this particular channel link with your friends, because I am putting lots of effort in making these types of videos for you guys. And this is also a good learning for me, because I am doing lots of practice before just doing a video. And thank you for watching this video.